Hi, today we are going to learn how to prepare the statement of financial performance and the statement of financial position using the balances in a trial balance. Now this video will be split into two sections. Okay, video 1 will focus on helping you to use this trial balance to prepare a statement of financial performance, and the second video will use the same trial balance to prepare a statement of financial position. Let's begin. Here's the question. Zena is the owner of Z Health Food. The trial balance as at 31st December 20x2 is shown on the right. Now first, A. Prepare the statement of financial performance for the year ended 31st December 20x2. Next, in B. Prepare the statement of financial position as at 31st December 20x2. Now let's look at the right. This is a typical trial balance on a particular day on the last day of the financial year, which is at 31st December 20x2. We see the debit items and the credit items all listed, and the trial balance shows us that it balances. So it's good to go. So let's begin. We shall now prepare the statement of financial performance. But first thing first, let's be familiar with some terms used in financial statements. Now, the one that is used for the financial performance, there are three items. First, net sales. It is equal to the sales revenue earned for the entire year, subtract away the sales returns. So we have this formula of sales revenue minus sales returns. That is net sales. Number 2, what is the gross profit or loss for the entire year earned from buying and selling goods? It is equal to the net sales, which is calculated in item 1, take away or subtract the cost of sales. Number 3, the profit and loss for the year, for the entire year. It is equal to the gross profit or loss calculated in 2, add any other income, and then finally subtract other expenses. Now later on when we look at the statement of financial performance, you will notice that we always list out all the income first before we subtract all the other expenses to get our profit and loss for the year. Now some examples of what items will go under different categories of income and expenses. For trading income, gross profit or loss, there's only one item. Trading expenses is only one item, cost of sales. But for other income, you will see some examples here like rent income, interest income, even discount received for paying your supplier early. For other expenses, some examples like rent expense, interest expense, discount allowed, which is the discounts you allow your customer when they pay you early. And even an item called depreciation expense, which is something that you will learn next year. So let's continue. Now, when you look at our trial balance, the first thing we do with a trial balance is that we're going to identify which are the items in the entire list of trial balances that will qualify as under trading items. There are only 3: the sales revenue, the sales returns, and the cost of sales. So with these 3 items, we prepare our statement of financial performance, the trading portion. We start with the header, the name of the business, and then the title of this statement. Now please take note that the phrase in red has to be entered in accurately for the year ended 31st December 20x2. Now we start with the first item, sales revenue. Then we subtract away, or we use the word less, sales return. And then we get our net sales, 251,200. Now less that amount from the cost of sales, and we have finally got our gross profit that we'll put in the subtotal columns. This is the trading portion, and we are done. The next thing, so net sales is equal to the sales revenue minus the sales returns, and then the gross profit is calculated by the gross profit equals to net sales, take away the cost of sales. Now we move on to the profit section. The profit section, what we do is that we identify the remaining items that goes under the profit section. Now the profit and loss section consists of the other incomes and the expenses. So I will list out all the items as P because they belong to the profit section. But for the income, the other income, I will add on a subcategory called P-I, just to identify other income items. So let's see how this statement now looks like. Now the green section is what was prepared earlier, and now we move on to the blue section. The blue section always, the first item in the blue section is always other income. Now there's only one other income item for this particular trial balance. That is the discount received. Now because there's only one item, there is no need to use this listing of totals, but to put the single amount all the way to the subtotal column here. Next, we add up all the other expenses by listing them down first from the trial balance, and then calculating a subtotal and put the $125,700 of other expenses, total other expenses in the subtotal column. Finally, we need to calculate the profit for the year. The formula to do that is simply the gross profit we have here, add to the other income, and subtract away the other expenses. And there we get our $16,300 profit for the year. With that, we have completed the first statement, which is the statement of financial performance for the year ended 31st December 20X2 for Z Health Food. So to recap, the profit for the year is $141,200, the gross profit. Add the other income, in this case is only $800, less away the $125,700 other expenses.